Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. What a beautiful day. We welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living, Cultural Coast. My name is Richard Houston. I'm one of your licensed practitioners, and I am so excited to be here today. How about you? Cool. Well, we've been working through the topic for this year of Open at the Top, and this month's topic is about manifesting. And today, the topic is Open at the Top of Possibility. So it's a great day to think about possibilities and where things could go and to open ourselves up to those possibilities. And it's an exciting day, too. We have a twofold thing today with Reverend Robin White. Yay, Reverend. And just to give you a little background before we get into things and start music and stuff, Reverend Robin White is an ordained metaphysical minister whose profound journey continues to illuminate a path of transformation and resilience. Through years of personal and spiritual challenges, Reverend Robin has emerged as a beacon of inspiration, blending spiritual insights with a dynamic presence in media. As the VP of Acquisitions for Black On Demand TV, executive producer and host of the acclaimed TV show Hidden Treasures Sarasota, Tampa Bay, and producer and co-host of the Top 10 podcast, The Build Black Slow, Reverend Robin combines a rich tapestry of spiritual wisdom with cutting-edge media, empowering diverse voices and stories from around the world. Reverend Robin is also an accomplished author and musician, and today we witness the power of faith, resilience, and visionary leadership that she brings to us today. And we'll have two forms of that. We're going to have her do the talk, and then this afternoon, if you haven't heard already, she's doing a workshop on conscious conversations with AI, creating personalized daily affirmations where spirituality, self-expression, and technology meet. Yeehaw! That sounds like fun. So that's happening from 12:30 to 2:30 with a love offering of $25. Everyone's invited to come to that. Just wanted to get you thinking about it, the possibility of it for after service. So why don't we, just to sort of ground ourselves then, why don't we just go into prayer and bring our presence into this room? We just know that we are blessed, that God, Mother Nature, Spirit, the universe is good at all times. It is working in and through us. We open ourselves up to today, to community, to love, to possibilities. As we hear the message and we hear the communion with our individual expression, we just know that this good unfolds perfectly and beautifully in this time together in community. We just know that the message, the word, our hearing, our heart just opens up to whatever is meant for us to hear today. We just know that this is good and great and it unfolds in a beautiful way. And we just let it be, and together we say, and so it is. And to start us off, Elaine is doing music today. Welcome, Elaine. Yay.
Good morning, everybody. Isn't it a beautiful day here in Sarasota? Beautiful day. So I know Robin is going to be talking about manifesting the infinite, and one way I like to do it is to create songs in the pool while I swim every morning. So I have a little one and then an old one that some of you know about using our thoughts to heal. So the first one's called, I am disciplined, I achieve my goal. I am disciplined, I believe. I am disciplined as I fill up my bowl. I am disciplined, I achieve. My heart is open, my thoughts can heal. Divine the beating of the sacred drum, pulsing, repeating, my will be done. I live with wonder on this planet Earth. The spell I'm under is the universe. I trust the union of the heart and mind. Holy communion in space and time. I live with wonder on this planet Earth. The spell I'm under is the universe. And my heart is open, my thoughts can hear divine emotion is what I feel. So it is.
Isn't Fairy Elaine fantastic? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Angelica Redleaf, and I'm your reader today, and the reading will be a little bit different. You'll see. I'm going to talk about one of the tales in the Canterbury Tales. Geoffrey Chaucer was a poet, and he had a way of seeing what was going on around him during the Middle Ages in the 1300s, where things were changing, and he had a way. And he wrote the Canterbury Tales with pilgrims going on a pilgrimage to Canterbury Cathedral. And all these pilgrims in this book told tales from which one could learn something. So you're probably wondering, from the 1300s, what can we learn? Just you wait. There's something here. Yeah. All right. Okay. So these stories of these various pilgrims reflect the changes at the time. And the tale that I would like to tell you is the Wife of Bath's Tale. Has anyone heard of the Wife of Bath's Tale? Okay, all right. Well, in this tale, there's a kingdom. Now, this is about 800 years ago. There's a kingdom with a king and a queen who live in a castle. And there's a message going around the castle. Something very bad has happened. And there's going to be a meeting at in the court. So everybody gets ready and comes into the court. And a knight is brought in. And in those days, knights, they had a very high moral code, extremely high They were trusted by the king and the queen. They would be sent out on missions, and they were totally trusted. So this knight is brought before the court. And it is announced that this knight raped a woman. The king was very upset. And he announced that knight will be put to death. The queen asked if she could intervene. The king said, okay, yeah. So the queen spoke with the knight, and she said, I'm going to spare your life. I'm going to give you 1 year and 1 day to get the answer to this question. What do women want? It's an age-old question, isn't it? What do we want? So, not generally walking alone. It's the Middle Ages, and they're in groups with families. And so he stops people, and he asks, can I ask a question of this woman? Well, they trust a knight, so of course, you know. So the first woman, he meets another group. There are some women there. He asks them. One says, I like to have sex as much as possible. Another one says, I want my husband home before dark because I'm waiting with dinner and I want to be sure he's okay. And this goes on for a whole year. He's asking all these women, and he's getting lots of different answers, and obviously repeated answers. So it's been a year, and now it's the last day, and he's riding on his way to the castle, and he doesn't have an answer. He knows he doesn't have the answer for what women want yet, and may never have it. It may be over, you know. So he's brought into the castle, and the queen asks, do you have an answer? And he says, yes. Oh, sorry, I forgot a part. Got to go back a little bit. Hold on. Before he gets to the castle, he sees this old woman. This is a critical part. So sorry. I'm not the best storyteller. I do my best. Okay. But it's a good one. It's really good. Okay. So he sees this old woman in the distance, and you know, she's a hunchback, and gets closer, and she's really very ugly, and she has warts all over her face, and this huge nose with warts, big warts, just awful looking, and dirty, and ripped clothes, and she came over to him, and she said, I know that you're going to meet the queen, and I have the answer to the question. He's very confused. She says, but there's one condition. You have to marry me that day, because I'm going to spare your life, so you have to marry me. He's like, what? He says, yes, what's he going to say, you know? So he walks, she whispers the answer to him. He goes to the castle. The queen asks, all right, what's the answer? And the knight says, are you ready? Women want to have a choice. They want options. They don't want somebody telling them what to do. They want, what would you like? That kind of thing. And the queen says, you ran into my sister. you know, and I promised I would spare your life if you gave me the right answer. So yeah, and I hear there's a wedding happening. So, okay, so they had a wedding, and he's not very happy. I mean, he's kind of happy that he's going to live, but with her. So the wedding happens, and it's fun, and there's a lot of food and some joy here and there, and then it's their wedding night. And they go to their quarters, and he's so unhappy, you know. And she says to him, you know, okay, I know you're really unhappy. I have an idea. You could have me beautiful during the day, so everyone would know that you have a beautiful wife. Or you could have me beautiful at night for you. He's got a lot of decisions to make lately, you know, and it's kind of, it's really hard. And then he thought about what he had told the queen, that women want to have a choice. So he says to his brand new wife, you choose. And in that instant, she turns into the most gorgeous woman. And she says to him, I will be beautiful all the time now because you were right. You were right to ask me to, you know. And they lived happily ever after. So.
It's called sovereignty. We want sovereignty. Thank you, Angelica. Thank you. So, what's a good way to manifest the infinite? Well, I thought that I've done this before, but there's a lot of people who haven't seen me do this. And I'd like to teach you spiritual mind treatment through chanting. How many people have heard this before? Some, yeah. So we got some newbies here. It's called chanting the 5 steps, and it's scientific prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment. And what that means is that it treats the atmosphere of the mind to make it more allowing and accepting of what we want. More susceptible to attracting desired results. We start with an intention, which is a desired result. That's scientific. So the intention of me teaching you chanting the 5 steps is that each person here, through listening, chanting, and singing, is assisted to become more clear about what it is you want. Because when we are clear what we want, it shows up to the extent that we're clear. Five steps. It's the most popular kind of spiritual mind treatment. I've heard 6 steps, 7 steps, 3 steps, 1 step. But we usually teach the 5 steps. Step 1, recognition. Remember that. What we're doing is we're recognizing the spiritual principle that God is all there is. God, essence, presence, substance, whatever you want to call that, energy, higher power, infinite wisdom. It's all there is. It shows up in different forms. There's at least 1,000 names for God. We won't go all through them all right now. There's a lot of them. So we're going to chant the first step, which goes like this. God is all there is. Let's try that together. God is all there is. A couple more times. God is unification. Because if God is all there is, then it must make up each one here. Everything in the seen and the unseen worlds, and even if there's spaces in between, is made of this substance. So this is where we consciously unify. We can't be not unified with what we are, but we can be more aware of it. And this is really where the power of the prayer lies, because when we know and feel and experience that God and I are one, we have the entire power of the universe backing us. How does that feel, to know that you have the entire power of the universe backing you? And this is where I like to stay. Just thinking about that. God and I are one. Sometimes there's a little shift. You might feel some God bumps, some butterflies in your stomach. To get that, the universe is backing me. So the chant for the unification step goes like this. God and I are one. Let's try that. God and I are one. And again. God and I are. Now we're going to put them together. God is all there is. God and I are one. Let's do that again. God is all there is. God and I are one. Beautiful. This brings us to the third step, which is known as realization. It used to be called affirmation or declaration. I like those words too, where we're affirming and declaring and realizing in the now present moment what it is we would like to pray for. So it's always in the present tense, usually in the first person, like, I am perfect, whole, and I am the perfection of health. Those are some of my go-to affirmations. All is well. That's an affirmation. All is well with me puts it in the first person. So what I did was I created a little chant, like a general chant for everybody to, you can think of it what it is you would like, but the chant goes like this. I am open to my good. I am open to my good. And again, I am open to my good. And when we put them all together, before we sing, I am open to my good, we get to take a little breath. There's like a little pause there. So we're going to put them all together. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. You get it? It's great. Here we go to step 4, the gratitude step. The law of attraction teaches us that what we focus on gets bigger, whether we like it or not. When we're holding in mind things for which we're grateful, the universe brings us more things for which to be grateful, more ideas, more prayers, more manifestations. So the chant for step number 4 goes like this. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. One more. Sounds beautiful. step where we release and let go, or we let go and let God, or you can let God and then let go. That sometimes is easier for people. But we're just allowing it to be. And I like to add the caveat, this or something better, because I don't want to limit source. Sometimes unanswered prayers really are the answer. Has anybody ever experienced that? We wanted it so bad and it didn't happen. It was the best thing. 20 years later, you realize, oh, it was the best thing. And because we're made 100% of source energy, instead of just believing in faith in God, we get to have the faith of God. I love that distinction. So we can let go and let God, or let God and let go. Both valuable. So the fifth step goes like this. I release and let it all go. I release and let it all go. I release and let it all go. Now we're going to put them all together. It's a real song. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. I am so grateful. I release and let it all go. One more time. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. I am so grateful. I release and let it all go. I release and let it all go. I release and let it all go. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And so it is. Blessed be. Oh, here she comes, Reverend Robin. Yay! Come on down.
Thank you, Mary Lane. My goodness, Mary Lane, I want you to know that I actually am known as the poolside pastor because I do a lot of my messaging in the swimming pool.
Yeah, I call it mermaid yoga.
Water is definitely our friend. Oh, gosh, it's so, I'm getting there. They're like, what's going on with the microphone? I've got to tuck it in my shorts. Oh, it is so good to be here. Is this good? Everybody can hear me? Oh. Wow, I'm looking at all these lovely warm faces. My family here. I'm truly grateful. And thank you, Reverend Teresa, for inviting me to hold this space this morning. Many of you know, there's been a lot going on in my life. Some of you don't, but we're going to get into that this morning. And manifesting the infinite, open at the top of possibility. Open at the top. We've been discussing that this month, and we're talking about the receptivity to new truth, right? That understanding that the truth that we know today is sufficient for today, right? It's what we know today. But we also recognize that we grow, we change, we transform, that there's always more. There's always much more. And so we have to be open and receptive to new truths. to new understanding. Not that the divine changes, but that our understanding, our comprehension, the wisdom that is open and available to us as we grow and grow in understanding develops. And we can reject rigid dogma. We can be open at the top, means holding lightly your beliefs, being ready to replace limited and outdated thinking, and examine the brilliant expanse of the universe, knowing that the infinite nature of the Spirit, that our human intelligence can only, that monkey mind of ours can only comprehend so much at one time. It only scratches at the surface, but we can be open to the influx of wisdom, right? People here growing, changing, transforming every single possible day. You know, Ernest Holmes says, within us is the unborn possibility of limitless experience. The unborn possibility of limitless experience. And ours is the privilege of giving birth to it. Unborn possibility, that latent power, talents, realities that exist within each of us as pure potential. Limitless experience. The universe is boundless. It's infinite. There's no caps on growth. There's no caps on how much joy and experiences that we can manifest. Giving birth to it means giving action. Giving action. Faith without works is dead. Exactly. You have to act. With focused intention and belief, we shape the inner potential into tangible, lived experiences. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, this lived experience, this kind of wild ride that Robin has been on over the past few years. It's been amazing. So we're going to have a little story time. Get comfortable. Get relaxed. And I'm going to preface this by saying that my homiletics were honed as a Black Baptist minister. And if you've met me, you know that I talk a lot. I'm really going to try and keep this to the time frame. I'm going to keep it to the time frame. Let me make sure that I set my little timer here because, you know, Sister Girl can get busy and have a conversation, and we'll be here all day right into the workshop, and we don't want that to happen. So here we go, story time. So I had this brilliant, wonderful life in Georgia, lived in a big house, had wonderful, successful businesses, great relationship, all of this, 9 fantastic years. And one day it all went away. Like that. It was gone. Not going to go into the details, it wasn't pretty. But I remember at that point just really being at that place in my life where I was starting to look within and say, okay, how much of this is me? What's going on in my life? What do I need to know from this experience? And I remember a friend of mine gave me her Audible collection. And I turned it on, and I heard Lisa Nichols. Okay? Now, I promise you, it was audible. But I could see that woman standing there with her finger going, why haven't you stepped into your greatness? I mean, I felt completely exposed. Felt like I was standing in a room full of people who were like staring at me going, what is wrong with you? What is going on? I mean, I'd had fantastic teachers. I've had beautiful, brilliant minds who poured into me. And still somehow I felt like I had missed a lesson. I hadn't shown up somehow, somewhere. Everybody else had the secret code but me. I was doing the right stuff. I was going through the life. I was showing this beautiful, wonderful, brilliant prosperous life, the abundance, but somehow it wasn't quite gelling. So I kind of tucked that away with me. What is the greatness? What does that mean? Like, really, what was she saying? So fast forward about a decade, and I had moved to Sarasota. Man, just beautiful. Love this community, love this place. Got here with a partner, my goddaughter, because my best friend in the world, my prayer partner, my spiritual connection, the person I studied with, had unexpectedly passed away. And my goddaughter came with me. She was a teenager. True story. I prayed fervently for the resurrection of my 5 parents at that point, raising a teenage girl. I wanted to apologize to each and every one of them. Anyway, my partner at the time was allergic to teenagers, so she left. Then COVID happened, and me with all my respiratory issues was freaking out. I've got this teenager. I'm in the house stuck with her. She's miserable. Oh, did I mention that she has albinism? So, like, no pigment. This is not the best place for her to be living. And she was stuck with me. Fun times. But in that process, we went through it, we got through it, and I decided that I really wanted to reach out into the community and find my spot, find my place. I had been ordained just a year earlier, 2 years earlier, and one day at 3 o'clock in the morning, after I had been looking through all of these jobs and not getting any answers, something said, go on Indeed and see if that job that you really want at Unity of Sarasota is open. And so I did, and it was. So I filled out a cover letter, I sent in my resume, and Darlene, hi Darlene, answered, saw it, looked through all of the applications, and took mine to Reverend Susie Shadle, who then hired me on the spot. I was ecstatic. I mean, I was working in a church. And I was a minister. I wasn't working as a minister, but I was a minister working in a church. Yay! Every day I got bathed in all this goodness and all this warmth and all this love. Julie Donnelly was there. Laurel Rund became she's my big sister now. Like, I absolutely love and adore this woman. It was wonderful. Darlene and I worked together. It was brilliant. I was so happy. Susie was pouring into me. Amy Zeb was pouring into me. David Hawkins was pouring into me. It was brilliant. Until it wasn't. One day, I woke up feeling really sick and got admitted to the hospital with an emergency appendectomy. Okay. Doctor made fun of me. He's like, you know you're supposed to do this when you're younger, right? Emergency appendectomy, cascading health crises. I had bilateral pulmonary embolisms, atrial fibrillation, hematorias, ileus, all kinds of stuff. It was horrifying. Laurel called me every day. Grateful. But I was in this crisis. I couldn't move. I couldn't work. I lost my job. I didn't know what I was going to do. My faith walk is strong. The day after my job ended, this old friend of mine called me and said, hey, I want to write my life story. Can I contract you? At that point, I had enough money that I could stay at home, heal, get better, work. It was brilliant. It was wonderful. Until it wasn't. I started healing, things got better. I hired some people to come take care of me. They were wonderful. Friends from Unity came and they helped clean my house and feed me and paid some of my bills. It was great. It was wonderful. And I knew I had to leave that spot. And so a friend of mine, Margarita Asensio, had a house, Tripar Estate. She said, you can take over my house because I'm moving with my girlfriend Linda into St. Pete. And I'm like, great, awesome. The rent's going to be half the price. Me and my cat, we're going to be happy. The pool's right up the street. I'm in seventh heaven. This is great. So I'm healed, I'm healing. I go up to Georgia to speak at Center for Spiritual Living, West Georgia, and I come back with COVID. First time. Everybody else has had it 3 and 4 times. It's 2024, I get COVID. I got done with COVID, and 2 or 3 days later, golf ball size kidney stones that became septic, put me into septic shock. And I sat in the hospital and in recovery center for 6.5 weeks, fighting for my life for something that had taken my mom away from this planet. Can't make this stuff up. I've got a really good imagination, but it's not that good. So, okay, fighting that's great. Get the kidney stones removed, come out of the hospital, find out there's an abnormal mammogram. Okay, deal with that. Have a hysterectomy to deal with all of the other things that were happening. A week after the hysterectomy, Hurricane Milton blew in and took the roof off of my house. This is true. There's people in this room who will attest to this. This was the craziest thing. I mean, there were people who were looking at me going, girl, what did you do? And I was looking at them going, girl, look, let me tell you something. Anything that looks this crazy and this bad has got to be indicative of how great and powerful the universe is. Let me say this. If you are going through something, I want you to understand that it is in divine order always. And you can hold on to the fear, you can hold on to the anger, you can hold on to the travesty of your life. It's awful and traumatic. Or you can understand that the universe is preparing you for something so brilliant that it'll blow your mind. We go down that rabbit hole, that human rabbit hole of fear that says to us, look, girl, you're going to be lucky if you find a hovel to go live in out of homelessness and get some menial job, because nobody's going to hire you after all this mess, and maybe crawl your way out of what's been going on. My human self, whew, man, she and I have to have a lot of talkings too. But I'm also a divine being who believes in magic. Like, not just miracles, but I mean like mind-blowing, spectacular fireworks going off magic. Like stuff that makes you go, what? Yeah, so I'm sitting there in my buggy motel room. I've been couch sitting, surfing with a puppy biting my toes in the morning, a couple of kids waking up, and I don't want to go to school. I'm like, boy, do what your mother says. You know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, stop it. Get into the motel from FEMA, get out of the motel from FEMA, go stay at somebody's house. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you to my friend Danielle who helped, and their kids. Like, everybody was spectacular. But I wasn't home. I was displaced for 5 months. 5. Let me tell you about faith. When you understand that whatever you're going through is just a symptom of something bigger, greater, more powerful, more wonderful. And you have that open at the top mindset, knowing that there's something more, there's something bigger, there's something greater than what you're experiencing in that moment. And you don't give up before the blessing. Miracles happen. Amazing things happen. And my life, in all of that mystery and all of that pain and all of that grief and all of that sorrow and all of that suffering, I said, hey, you know what? This is life. This is lifing. I got online. I got in the pool. And I started talking to people. Hey, listen, this is what's happening today, but you know what? I saw the most beautiful rainbow. I just had the most amazing experience, the most amazing conversation with this guy. You know, I'm going to go do something special for somebody today. You have to keep living your life. You have to, as Goddard tells us, assume, have that assumption of what life's possibilities are. You have to take on that life and live it. And so one morning I said, God, you know what? I need for me what I do for everybody else. I need some guidance. I need a mentor. I need somebody who's going to come into my life and help me move forward from here. And that morning I got on TikTok. And there is this woman pushing her book, Earn, Review, Repeat, teaching people how to make money doing reviews. Now, I've been doing reviews for Google for years and never made a dime. Didn't know you could. But here she was pushing this book, and I knew her. I knew her from another business that she had been in. She was legit. Got the book, did the stuff in it. She held a workshop. Didn't really have money for it, but figured it out. Took the workshop. And then in the middle of this workshop, this lady says, hey, listen, you know what? I had these 4 podcasts I turned into television shows, and I need more content. If you think you can do better, I'm giving away television shows. What? What? Are you kidding me? Like, television shows, what, YouTube? Like, give me a break. But like I said, I knew this woman. And more importantly, I know my divine being. I asked for somebody to guide me, somebody to show me and pour into me the way I poured into others. Now, what kind of an idiot would I have been to have walked away from that and go, yeah, right, okay, whatever, I'm going to get a TV show. Yeah, I got a TV show. She had a contest, I entered it, I took my cell phone, I went to Siesta Beach and filmed the drum circle. They loved it. And for the next year, she taught us how to produce TV shows. She taught us how to pivot. She taught me that I have the authority in my life, just by my being, to do what it is that God has claimed for me, that I'm ordained to do. I had to hear it from her, and that's when I realized what Lisa Nichols had been talking about, stepping into your power. You are the author of your life. You are the co-creator of this experience. You get to choose. That doesn't mean that it's going to look like wonder and fireworks all the time. Sometimes it looks like sitting in a hospital bed going, what the heck is going on? But if you walk through it, if you stay with it, if you remain open at the top, understanding that there's more, then you get to stand in rooms and say, I have a television show that aired in November that's been seen by 4 million people. And the second season is going to be opening this coming Friday. Last season it was on Roku and Amazon Fire. This season it's on Roku, Amazon Fire, Samsung TV, Apple TV, and probably Tubi, in front of 300 million subscribers. And that's not even the good part. I mean, it is the good part because it puts me in alignment that I get to do what I'm here to do. Because I get to help people's dreams come true. I get to highlight the things that are special in communities. I get to show people amazing stuff that's happening, like Zahai, who has a lemonade stand at 8 years old, an LLC and a staff. Or Harvey Kaltzas, who is taking his time to dive and find the only slave ship that's been hidden in the Gulf and is bringing up the artifacts for the Black community in Newtown. And that's right here in our community. But I get to highlight that to the world. And because I was doing such a good job, the owner of the company made me VP of Acquisitions. And not only that, she made me one of the owners of the network. I now am one of the co-owners of Black On Demand TV. This is what happens when you remain open at the top. This is what we're talking about in terms of infinite possibilities. Trust your instincts. Trust your teachings. Know that it's real. Know that that mind, that monkey mind that tells you, oh, you're only going to do, that's only going to be. When you have that magical thinking, when you believe that the fireworks are going to happen and your head is going to explode, that is your truth. That is the possibility. That is the infinite wisdom of the God mind at work in each and every one of us. I am so grateful. And the company has decided to open up a studio or something on the other side of the world in Southeast Asia. And they're taking me along. So I'm getting to go to Southeast Asia. It was going to be the end of this month. It's going to be the end of this year, so I'll be around a little bit for the summer. But I'm getting to do all of this stuff because I remember to be open at the top. And that's all we're ever asked to do, is to show up, be present, be mindful, remember whose and what we are. I am open at the top, birthing limitless possibilities. I trust the divine power within me to manifest greatness, and I walk boldly into my infinite potential each and every day. I love you all today and always. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much.
Wow. Reverend Robin. So that open at the top thing, it's where we allow the thoughts to come in. And prayer, meditation, therapy, whatever, we can get more and more clear, like I talked about. And the idea for this song also came from the movie The Secret, which Lisa Nichols was in the movie The Secret. And this was by Tut. And he taught us that thoughts become things. Now, thoughts are things, but thoughts become physical things and experiences like that. So, it's about focusing on what it is we want. So it goes like this. Summer into fall, winter into spring. Listen to the call, the thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. I let my wishes ring. I'm awakening, the pendulum swings to thoughts becoming things, the blessings they can bring. Aware that I'm aware, my thinking is a prayer, my thinking is a prayer, my thinking is a prayer. Thoughts become things. My wishes sing. I'm affirming now, God's declaring how each and every hour I tap into the power of universal law. It brings a state of awe. The magic of the mind is out of space and time, out of space and time, out of space and time. I'm opening. I'm awakening. Yeah. Thoughts become things, the pleasures they can bring, the treasures of a king. I am one with everything. 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 Summer into fall, winter into spring. Listen to the call that thoughts become things. 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 Choose good ones. So it is.
Well, that's been pretty powerful, huh? Woohoo! All right. Now's our times for tithes and offerings. So, and when we think about possibilities, part of this time is to really put ourselves into the flow. And those flow of possibilities about giving and receiving. And as we give, we know that it will circulate, we will be in the flow, and we will be receiving. So if you'll just take your tithes and offerings, and for those online, there's some scrolling, some options about how to do that. If you give electronically, just even hold it over your heart, the thoughts. So we just know at this time that we are in the flow. We are open to the possibilities. We know that this time of giving just allows us to share our good with the universe. And we know that it will come back to us multiplied and magnified. We are blessed and grateful, and we just let it be, and we say together, and so it is.
Thank you, Richard. Let's sing together. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on.
And after service, I'm the practitioner of the day, so if you'd like some prayer, I'll be on this side of the room over there. Feel free to join in to celebrate something or to talk through, work through, and just realign oneself. And now, some announcements.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. What a wonderful service so far, right? Wow. Woo! Are we full or what, right? So, my name is Reverend Diana Escobar, and I have some announcements. If you're the first time with us, please see me or one of the greeters, because we have a gift to give you, and we'd like to get to know you and talk to you. If you haven't already, please sign up for the newsletter. You could sign up on the information table back there, or you could sign up on Facebook. We have our regular weekly meetings. On Wednesday night is the Spiritual Living Soul Center, And my meeting is the Heart, Mind, and Spirit Recovery meeting on Friday nights. And we have Reverend Robbins' workshop afterwards. Please come and stay and enjoy. I can't wait to learn all about AI because I don't ever use it, so I'm really excited about that. And this Friday, the 19th, they're going to have the women's meditation at the Unity's Labyrinth for the summer solstice celebration at 7. And then Bangkok, if you want to come for dinner and celebrate with some people at 5 o'clock, please sign up. Richard is the prayer practitioner of the day. And please join us for coffee and conversation after Elaine Silver's wonderful last song.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
This is a new song. I wrote it in the pool. and there's a song, and then there's a bridge. And the bridge is from Rumi. But after we do a little Rumi chant, then I sing, Spirit never stops. And then you sing with me, because we're open at the top. Okay, so when it comes around, you'll know. All right? All right. The universe is within. We have the gift of free will. We are always at choice. So as I get quiet and still, I listen for that inner voice. As I bring loving kindness, I am full of grace. And as I get quiet and still, I listen from that inner space. Oh, it's still and small, it holds it all, for the universe is within. I hear the call of the all in all, the universe is within. We're going to do that part again. It's still and small, it holds it all, for the universe is within. I hear the call of the all in all, the universe is within. I'm grateful for everything I have. I'm grateful for all that is coming, adding notes to my musical staff. I'm grateful for the song I'm becoming. I bring loving kindness as I am full of grace. And as I get quiet and still, I listen from that inner space. It's still and small, it holds it all, for the universe is within. I hear the call of the all in all, the universe is within. And again, it's still and small, it holds it all, for the universe is within. I hear the call of the all in all, the universe is within. Here comes Rumi. I'm not a drop in the ocean, I'm the ocean in a drop. I'm not a drop in the ocean, I'm the ocean in a drop. You can sing on this. I'm not a drop in the ocean, I'm the ocean in a drop. For spirit never stops. Why? Because we're open at the top. I'm not a drop in the ocean, I'm the ocean in a drop. I'm not a drop in the ocean, I'm the ocean in a drop. I'm not a drop in the ocean, I'm the ocean in a drop. For spirit never stops, because we're open at the top. We have the gift of free will, and we are always at choice. So as I get quiet and still, listen from that inner voice. As I bring loving kindness, I am full of grace. And as I get quiet and still, listen from that inner space. Oh, it's still and small, it holds it all, for the universe is within. I hear the call of the all in all, the universe is within. Oh, it's still and small, it holds it all, for the universe is within. I hear the call of the all in all, the universe is within. The universe is within. Two more. The universe is within. The universe is within. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. Good job. Thank you to James, my husband, on the bass. And of course, the great Frankie Taylor on guitar. And my adopted son, Stephen Stardust, on the little bongo drums. Thank you. The new version of the Kirtanics.